Hey everyone, and welcome back. I would say to the first episode of the another show which we are starting, which is known as now. This is known as This is Tech Talks. I mean, I'm sure you might have listened to our earlier show. This is which was Tech Talks with Santosh. Now it is renamed, and now we are back with new season, and we are going to actually talk about the same uh, initiative which we are taking. So, last me, Ajit, and Jay, we are actually going to run this show and there are pretty much many more things which we are doing, and Lars is going to talk about it. So welcome, and first of all, thanks Ajit for joining us, and Lars as well. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Santosh, and thank you, Ajit, for joining. And we were supposed to have Jay. Oh, he might be joining
Yeah,
a
it's
little
here.
late. Yeah.
Hey, sorry guys, my
Hey
meeting was
Jay.
really long this morning.
No
Hey,
problem.
Jay.
Hey Jay.
Hey,
This is
morning
the trouble
or night.
of time zones, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's 9:30 a.m. for me right now.
Good to
Yeah.
have you.
So
Thanks.
cool. So let's go ahead and introduce yourself so we can start from there. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So my name is Jay Bell. I'm the CTO of a company called Charles.org. We're a Canadian fundraising platform for charities and nonprofits. Love contributing to open source, and I'm glad to be part of the This is Learning host team of sorts.
And thanks a lot, Jay, for joining us as a host.
Thanks for having me.
Ajit, you want to go next?
Yeah, so I am Ajit. So I work as a front-end developer in a company, Clarinet, and I have been contributing to Angular, and right now I'm learning about AWS and posting a lot in this is learning platform about AWS, and happy to be here.
Thank you. Lars?
I'm Lars Brink, and I'm the co-founder of This is Learning. I'm very happy to have my co-founder Santosh with me.
So thanks a lot, everyone. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. I think we will talk about the platform first, which we are running, and the main thing is Open Learning Initiative, which we will talk at the end. So first, I mean, we have two things, right? Last, if I'm not wrong, we have two different platforms. This is Learning, and this is Angular. So can you just tell us a little bit about both?
Yeah. Well, we have many initiatives. It started with these two publications on Dev
Mm-hmm.
Community, as you're mentioning. This is Learning and this is Angular. Of course, this is Angular is about Angular specific topics, and since many in our community, many of our contributors are Angular experts, we have a lot of Angular content. But I'm happy to see that now we have even more non-Angular content on This is Learning. That's really nice to see, and it's an open platform for anyone to join and publish their stuff. There's no requirements, there's no schedule. It's just come in and share whatever you're learning and you wish to share with others. It helps you reach a higher degree of discoverability. You're more likely to be featured by dev community themselves and be shared. And we're also listed on Daily Dev, and we have a lot of promotion going on as well on different media channels. So it's a nice way for you to get your content out there, get more reach. And hopefully you don't think there's any strings attached. That's the point, at least.
You know, Ajit
I
has been
can,
writing from. Yeah. So I was about to ask. I mean, Ajit has been writing for a long time. So how's your experience, Ajit, so far?
yeah, I can vouch for that. I really like writing here because there are no strings attached, and nobody tells you what you want, what you should do. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are some programs like which other people start, and if you join them, then obviously you have to collaborate. But otherwise, if you want to start something on your own, then there are no strings attached.
Yeah,
Like
I'm really
it's
looking
just
forward to
all
contributing.
about collaboration. Yeah, go on, Jay.
I was just saying, I'm really looking forward to contributing to this is learning platform. I have like a laundry list of things I want to write about, and I just haven't found the right place to write about them on. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here, Jay. Yep. So, this is you have this is Angular, right? So we have another platform called this is Angular. Any plan to actually like this is React or this is Vue or it's like just two? This will be this is learning and this is Angular. That this will be two platforms.
Sure, if we get the content creators for that, I'll be happy to
Huh?
make a React or Vue or Svelte universe or whatever. For now, it's good to have everything in the same feed, so that our
Mhm.
readers can discover your content more easily.
Yeah, let's talk about now the open learning because we have a lot of questions. So, tell us about this open learning initiative, which is driven by this is learning. Yeah.
Yeah, this is learning is like it's not really a business. It's more of a
Mm-hmm.
non-profit, but like we
Mm-hmm.
don't have a business entity or anything like that. It's just us people who like to share our knowledge and like to learn and share that with the world. So yeah, first thing is writing articles. We're also many of us are speakers, open source contributors, developer advocates, architects, developers. Yeah, just a group of like-minded people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are actually lucky to have um, some people donate courses for us, and we're publishing them for free out in the open on the web, spending very few resources so that we can keep them free and open to everyone, because that's really part of our core values, right? So first up, we have already launched our first free course online, and that's the Rxjs Fundamentals course, um, which was spearheaded by Alexander Pushtaruk, and Max Koretsky was kind enough to donate it from in-depth, so that now we have an open license on everything, and we're using Docusaurus to host it on GitHub pages, so that there's an edit button on each page, so that you can help improve it or add to it. And I know, Ajit, you have some exercises that we'd like to add to that course as well, so that's also exciting. And we have many contributors to this project. We were six. There are 6 parts, right? Originally it was 5, so we were
Mm-hmm.
5 main authors. Then we got additional contributions from the Vietnamese Angular community, from Chao Tran and a few other people. So they had some content in Vietnamese, and they were kind enough to share it here and translate it to English. And Andrew Grekov, the reactive fox, wrote a part in Russian, and then Armen Vadanyan translated it to English for this course. So it's really a nice contribution from many parts of the world.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, yeah. So another question is how people can get involved. I'm sure, as you said, these courses are freely available. So in case someone wants to add more contents or someone wants to add new topics, how can do that? How they can actually get involved?
Yeah, there's this link directly from the website, so that'll take you to creating a pull request on GitHub, because everything is on GitHub. We have 2 organizations, one for This is Angular, one for This is Learning, and feel free to look into whatever we have going on in there. So that's the way to go. We're all developers, so GitHub is our place to share open source, and in this case, open learning instead.
So this course is available on This is Angular or This is Learning, the one which is launched.
We haven't announced it on dev community yet. That's probably a good idea. Now we have it here, right? And other things going on, and it's listed on Twitter. And by the way, if you want to more closely collaborate on any of our projects, or publish your stuff on our publications or anything like that, just reach out to Santosh or myself, and you will be invited to our private Discord server. Private only in that ask for permission, and you're free to join. Everything is required is you like to do public tech contributions like us.
Nice. So if I wanted to write an article, I could just reach out to you guys and get invited to the community, and then be able to post on dev.to.
Yeah, we just had someone. Well, I invited someone yesterday, so now we have 2 more series on TypeScript and Rxjs on This is Learning, and we're all happy about it. So that's great.
Nice.
So where do you see Lars going? Like there should be something like, how do you see it in 6 months?
Yeah. Well, it's already been in active development for just about a little more than 6 months. I mean, it started in November, tiny baby steps, and I really started getting people involved like half a year ago. So it's already been progressing a lot in these first 6 active months. So that's nice to see. And the courses is one of those things, right? Now we have the Rxjs Fundamentals course. We're working on publishing an NGRX Essentials course donated by Armin Vadanyan, and with input and feedback from Tim from the NGRX team and a few other people. So that's nice. And we're also working in the behind the scenes. We're working on This is Angular guides, and that's going to be a huge project. So we're really looking for more people to join that. Something we started 2 years ago and was also donated by InDepth and Max Koretsky.
Nice. Do you feel there's any topics missing from the dev.to community right now in terms of like articles? Like, are we lacking some fill-in, like Node.js stuff or Nest.js stuff or some other kind of topic?
In our publications, well, I'd love to see more different frameworks, server-side, client-side, whatever. We have plenty of Angular and still more coming, so that's good. I'd like to see more in the other areas of our communities as well. Well, also other programming languages, right? And the dev community is growing bigger and bigger, and more things are joining that community all the time with many different topics. So that's really nice to see. But we'll welcome anything you'd like to write about related to tech. You're more than welcome to join.
So it doesn't need to be web related then?
No.
Perfect.
There's we had a woman who was writing about SAP and things like that. So yeah, anything tech related is great. And it's also about career development and job interviews and recruiting and everything related to software development and tech in general.
Awesome.
I have shared this link in chat, so in case anyone wants to actually go through those courses or actually wants to contribute something, you can actually always go ahead and check out this repositories. In case you think, okay, there is a new topic you want to do it, I mean, just let us know. We'll set up a new repository for you, and you can actually just add your contents there, right? So you can create your own course.
Yeah, this is the source code, and you'll find the link to the website where it's hosted from there as well. So that's where you should be reading it if you want to start the course.
So last, while talking, I had a question like we don't get to know a lot about Angular guides. Like what are these guides about? What do you want to publish in them?
I created a lot of placeholders for topics I thought would be interesting because I saw people keep asking about them. So there's a lot of almost empty files that you can start writing about any of these, and you can add your own as well. It's I mean anything. It doesn't have to be fundamentals. There's also advanced topics in there. We have a person who's interested in writing about testing, So I'll do my best to support that, and I'll be working on setting up a website. And then you can take an empty placeholder page in that website and edit it to start writing about it. So I hope that's going to be easy to help start contributing to these guides so that they can grow over time.
So like topics like content projection and all, right? Which are
Yeah.
really complex.
Yeah, I mean, finally we got that in the official documentation after all
Yeah.
these years, right? So, but still, I mean, of course you can write about something that's already covered. You can write your version, and it might be just as good. That shouldn't stop you from writing that someone else was already writing about it.
All contributions are welcome.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. One thing that I learned from my dad actually is that it doesn't matter who you are, you have something to learn from everybody. So even if you think your knowledge level is below those of other writers, maybe you're a junior developer, whatever, just contribute.
Yeah, we had someone contribute with just one typo correction, and even that is more than like that's a huge contribution.
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
that might be just the beginning of something much bigger.
That's how it starts.
And hopefully it teaches you how easy it is to contribute to a project like this. It's a lot more contribution friendly than a huge code base.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to dip your toe in.
Yeah. In Angular 2, I started with just like correcting the typos. So after that, after 1 year, I'm here. So I'm I met a lot of people because of that. And I got a lot of opportunities too because of that. Like starting from typos should not be underestimated.
Yeah, you're an official Angular collaborator, right?
Yeah.
So you're working with the Angular team on documentation and features. I saw you landed, I don't know how long it was ago, it was probably this year, right? About URL search params for HTTP client.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's nice. Starting small, right? And then building from there.
Yeah. That's like typos are the best way. I think in open source typos are the best way to start, because once the contributors starts to know you, then they are much helpful, and they are helpful anyways, but once they know you, they will be more helpful, because you are more reliable, right? That's just human nature. So
and it makes it easier for new people to get started, which brings more people into the community too, right? If the docs are confusing, it's harder for juniors to get involved, and if it's harder for juniors to get involved, then less people are contributing. So
yeah, and we have plenty of typos, so feel free to contribute. And we're not even embarrassed. I mean, my spelling is getting worse and worse over the years. But that doesn't stop me, right? And it shouldn't stop you from publishing something. And it'll just be an opportunity for someone to contribute. So that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, we are all developers. We understand code. That's more than enough, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. So let's move on, Lars, and let's talk about our streaming platforms, right? We, as a part of this is learning, we also have some streaming platforms where people can join us. So can you just let us know more about that?
Yeah, we have this show that is This is Tech Talks show. We have YouTube and Twitch channels. We're going to add Twitter live videos support as well. And we reach out to ask people whether anyone would help us host and create content on our channels. And we're happy to onboard you to Jay and Ajit. And anyone else with interest, just reach out to us because we're supporting many efforts as we have discussed today. So we'd like all the help we can get, and we will provide the platform, and you'll help drive the content.
So will anyone be full time on it, or is it like people just putting their time? Like, uh, do you need any dedicated time from anyone?
We're keeping costs low because everything is volunteer based. So
Yeah.
and we're using free or very cheap technologies. But it can still be helpful, and I hope it goes to show how powerful it is just to share knowledge without expecting anything in return. I mean, we appreciate all the time all contributors add to our platform. That's the way we can grow this platform together by investing our time and getting some appreciation back from the community.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it on your free time. The only thing is you need access to StreamYard, which we are using right now. So you can just contact me. I'll set up the StreamYard for you, and then you can do it. The only thing, is just remember, don't log out ever. Otherwise, probably if you want to do the live stream next time, you may have to contact me, and you know the time zones we are into, right? So Jay is on another time zone, and Last is another time zone. So that's
Yeah.
that's the only thing. Yeah, once we set up the StreamYard, that's good to go. Whenever you want, I mean, you have some content, you can go live and share it. So
We're trying to do this talk show every week, and other than that, you're welcome to contact us about any content you would think was interesting to someone out there, and you can come host your own content, doing live coding. We'll be doing some pair programming as well into different tech topics, and you're free to come join us or host it yourself as well.
Yeah, I am thinking of posting some Linux content now. Like uh, in DevOps, like before DevOps come Linux. So I first learned AWS. Now I'm thinking of learning Linux commands, setting networking and all. Yeah, so maybe that may be interesting.
Nice.
That'll be good. I feel like a lot of web developers don't know a lot about the OS level stuff, myself included. I Google things until I figure them out, typically when I needed to deal with Linux things, as I know a lot of us do. So I'm sure that'd be a pretty interesting topic to listen to.
Yeah, I use Ubuntu when I have to use Linux because it's the easiest one to Google things about.
Yeah, 100%.
There are now I'm learning about it. There are so many distributions that sometimes you can't even count them.
It's like web frameworks.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, it's like web frameworks. There's a new Linux distribution popping up all the time.
Now there's Microsoft Linux.
Yep, there is.
Yeah.
And even the ones you thought would never go away, there's like new ones popping up because they are going away. So, so it's like forking the Linux distros. That's really interesting to see. Santosh, do we have any community questions, or should we continue with discussing other topics?
I don't know, we don't have any questions so far, but yeah, let's move on. And just to add, right? So in case we have two things. I mean, we have pair programming in case you want to join with someone. You can do that, or we have live coding as well, where you can actually just go live by yourself. I mean, in case you're not comfortable going live alone, probably you can get check in the community who if someone is available and wants to help in the pair programming, so they can actually join you, or they can guide you what needs to be done. So let's move on to the next section. So we have a lot of this initiatives, right? So how someone can actually be aware of all those initiatives which are going on, how they can be connected with this is learning community.
Well, we have official accounts on Twitter, so you can follow that about announcements. We have a public Discord server that anyone can join. We're working on a website, and we would love to get your help on finishing it. We're working on a newsletter, weekly or bi-weekly. Yeah, of course, we have our publications on Dev Community, and hopefully we'll get better at announcing things there as well. It's just there's been so much going on with all these new wonderful efforts that we can't really keep up. I mean, I used to manually tweet about every article, but there's just so many now from you, Ajit, and everyone else. So now we had Wycliffe um,
Yeah.
build us a Twitter bot that will be tweeting about all the articles being published. So thank you to Wycliffe. Um, and of course, we have these GitHub organizations where you can see what we're working on, where you can contribute. And we have our publications listed on daily.dev, so they'll be featured there sometimes. And the dev community is good at picking up on articles published with us. So it's a good. We're trying to get as many channels as makes sense for helping promoting your content and our common shared initiatives to help get your content out there. That's what we like to do.
Yeah, and you can also follow our YouTube channel and Twitch, Twitch channel, so where you will be streaming most of the contents. And that's yep. And last about Discord server, right? So we have 2 servers as of now. Anyone can join the community one. In case anyone is interested, you can just let us know. We'll send the invite for the community one, and we also have our the private server for contributors. So in case you want to join as a contributor, doing any of the stuff which last mentioned, so you can also just send us an DM on Twitter, and we will onboard you.
Yeah, that's right. We have 2 Discord servers, one for the broad community and one for people who are helping out with all these efforts.
Ajit and do you want to add anything?
No, I don't think so right now. I still need to go write my first article and do my first thing. I was looking forward to this, so I could chat with you guys and see the community feedback and all that kind of stuff. But I think I need to get my feet wet and start contributing, and then hopefully I'll have more to say after that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm doing this for what now? 2-3 months now. So I
Mhm.
don't. So I know most of the things.
You're a veteran. You're a veteran. This is learning contributor after 3 months.
So as Lars said, it's only 6 months old. So I am like 50% of the time.
There you go.
Yeah, and even we did our first pair programming session as well. Few weeks, 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
Ajit, or it was last week? Okay, last
2
week.
weeks.
Yep, and yeah, so we'll be continuing with that. We'll come with some more live sessions in future. But yeah, and for our newsletter, Deep is in chat, so he's also helping us with newsletters and other stuff. So he's also part of the team. So yep, that's thanks a lot, Deep, for helping us. Yeah. So I think there are no questions. I think we have already discussed about the ways of how people can contribute and all the initiatives which we have. Is there anything which we missed by any chance?
I see
I think
one
there's
question
one
from
question.
Serkan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So okay, was that a question? Will we see soon? This is open source. Okay. I mean, like NG workers. I think. Yeah. I mean, Lars, you want to answer that?
We don't have anything planned. We would be happy to help support an open source project. Like we're doing this learning content as open source or open learning, so it's free for everyone. It's open to everyone. It's open to contributions from everyone of all sizes. But more traditional open source. Well, we're doing the website open source. We're doing the Twitter bot open source. We're doing the websites for the courses open source. But anything like libraries or something like that, it's not something that's planned. But we'll be happy to invited into our GitHub organization if it makes sense for you.
Yeah, I think this is open source fits really well into this is learning, just because this is learning is inherently open source.
Yeah.
Yep.
Other than that, well, I'd just like to officially thank you, Santosh, for joining This is Learning. Santosh is my Indian brother, and I hope to meet him in person very soon.
Let's see. Yep. Hope we
One of-
all can meet one day.
One of these days we'll be able to travel internationally.
So Umesh says he will love to see OS specific material targeted for developers. Okay, yeah. So Ajit already mentioned about Linux.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I think Windows is that complicated, right? And Windows is the easiest OS to use. I think because I have been using Windows from a long time.
Like, like Umair referred to Vim commands. Like Vim commands are, you can
Ah.
take a course for 16 months, not 16 months, 16 hours, 20 hours course only in Vim commands. Like,
Oh,
those
I-
are really annoying.
I've accepted the fact that I'll never figure them out. I just
Well,
resign myself to the fact.
we should have Serkan host an episode on Vim. I know
yeah,
him
he's
well.
an expert.
I've seen
He's
a
an
lot of
expert.
courses on Vim.
Yeah. So all the people who are live and on chat, I think Serkan only knows how to exit Vim.
You're trying right now.
Yeah, so I think this is it. I mean, we don't have any more questions. We will connect again next week. Just to give you an idea, we also, as we said, we will be coming with new show every week. So next week we have Majid Hajan from Norway. So he is part of NG Vikings, and I think there are multiple conferences which he's running. And we will be talking about soft skills. So he was writing some blog posts related to his journey, how to crack interviews, and we will be talking about the same. And we will schedule, and we'll share the schedule on Twitter. Just keep and watch on our Twitter handle, and you will get to know, or just subscribe to our channel. It will be easier. You will get the alerts as well. So that's it from the day. So, yeah, as we mentioned, Serkan says, I love him. Yeah, will not stop using it. I think Vim loves you too. Yeah, cool. So, thanks everyone, and have a great weekend. And in India, we have a long weekend. We have holiday from tomorrow. So, yep, if you're from India, just enjoy your long weekend and enjoy your work in case you are from other countries.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks a lot for joining.
Keep
Bye,
learning.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.